is going on, guys? So today I'm going to be revisiting my all-time favorite build, and this is the Conviction Paladin that can cast Frozen Orbs and Hydras, Volcanoes, Ice Blast, and many other spells. So this is one of my all-time favorite builds, and you know, I really just wanted to kind of do a video and just kind of go back and play this character again and talk about a few more things. And just show you guys how much I love playing this build, just because it's like a bunch of fireworks going on. So we'll log on here real quick, and I just got them all set up. It's going to be a little bit different gear than last time, but at the same time I also kind of set this one up to where I'm doing cold damage and fire damage, and I also changed my mercenary around a little bit too. So this is really just focused on casting spells, chance to cast certain spells on attack. So the first thing I want to go over with it is my mercenary here. So I'm actually using a Rift polearm. Now a lot of people do, I've never seen someone use a Rift polearm, and this mercenary just absolutely does ridiculous frozen orbs. So level 21 has a chance to cast level 21 frozen orb with my conviction, and he has a Night Wings on, so he is just doing ridiculous frozen orb damage. And then as far as my gear goes, I mean, all the inventory gear is kind of just basic stuff, but on switch and on my front weapon, I'm using Destruction for fire damage and then Voice of Reason for the cold damage. So most of the time I'm going to be Destruction, so I'll just go over that with you guys. So this is just a ridiculously overpriced rune word as far as you know, obtaining something like this, but you know, this is all just for experimenting and just showing you guys the possibilities and the certain things that you could do and create in Diablo 2. So with this, I have a chance to cast a Molten Boulder, a Nova, and a Volcano, so I'm going to be doing a lot of fire damage there. And then I also have a Dragon on, so I can cast up a Hydra. Has some other good stats there. I'm wearing Griffin's Eye. The reason why I'm wearing Griffin's Eye is because I'm also going to be using Fist of Heavens, so I'll be combining Fist of Heavens with all of these different spells here. Then I'm using High Lord's Wrath. Raven Frost is really important for that you know, extra attack rating, but mainly for cannot be frozen. Using Arachnid Mesh. Wisp Projector is really nice. I like that level 16 lightning just to add on to how many spells I can possibly cast. Then I'm using Drax. This is really going to be good since I'm going to be using Zeal to get these attacks off. That's really going to be nice for my survivability, since this character really doesn't have very good resist. But you guys will see that I can actually survive pretty well without these resists. Then I'm using Immortal King Boots. For me personally, I really enjoy using 40% faster run walk boots just so I can run around faster, but Immortal King Boots are really nice for life and attack rating bonus there. Then as far as my shield goes, now this is another super oddball here, an item that no one ever uses. This is the Dragon Scale Shield, which is extremely rare, and even if someone finds it, usually they'll just throw it out because no one uses it. So this gives a lot of different fire stuff. I can cast a Hydra if I wanted to, but it gives some percentage to fire skill damage, just all that really good fire stuff there. So that's just going to add on to the damage to my Volcano and all of that stuff. So, and then on switch, now this is if I run into fire immunes, which I probably won't, or if I just feel like changing the pace up a little bit and just, you know, if I just want to start casting some different spells, maybe like Frozen Orbs and things like that. So I got Voice of Reason that has a chance to cast Ice Blast, Frozen Orb, and then I have a Spirit, and I usually switch this out with my Call to Arms and then just put my Voice of Reason back. Another good option is Rift here, and Rift has a chance to cast a higher level Frozen Orb. And it's actually a lot better for the Frozen Orb damage, but the attack rating is a lot slower compared to a Phase Blade. So sometimes I just kind of switch it up based on, you know, what I feel like doing. But the Phase Blade is really going to be good for my survivability, you know, so I can get those life taps off and make sure that I'm hitting a lot so my health is going back up. So what we'll do, as always guys, we'll Well, first I should go over the skills with you guys. Totally forgot that. So as far as the skills go, I put 1 point in the Holy Shield, 20 points in the Fist of Heavens, 20 points in the Zeal. Then I put about 20 points in the Conviction. I actually put in just enough to get a negative 150 resistances. And then I put 20 points in the Holy Shock just to help out with the Fist of Heavens damage. And then 1 into Defiance. And as far as my attributes go, you know, kind of just the basic Paladin. Enough points to get max block with Holy Shield casted. Enough strength to wear my gear. And then the rest Vitality. Alright, so as I was saying, like we're going to do, like always on all my builds, we'll go ahead and do 1 players. We'll set the players to 1, which I think it's set to 1. Usually just leave the game just in case. I don't know if it... I'm not too sure on the single player setting thing, or if it stays the way it was before or whatever. So we'll go ahead and we'll do it on 1 players. I'll clear the Frigid Highlands, and then we'll go ahead and I'll show you guys this build on 8-player difficulty. Let's put this headset on and get some action going. Alright. So since I'm in Frigid Highlands and they're almost all cold immunes, I'm just going to go ahead and use my Destruction. So now as you guys can see here with my skills, I always have Conviction up, right? I don't teleport. If I want to run around quick, I use Charge just to kind of run around a little bit quicker. But I usually always keep that up. But what I do when I'm fighting is I go up and I use Zeal, and then usually I'll cast the Fist of Heavens. So while the Fist of Heavens is on cooldown, because it's on like a 3-second-ish cooldown, while that's on cooldown, I'll use Zeal. So that just kind of adds on to the damage and adds on to the overall, you know, super spellcaster paladin thing that I got going on here. And it helps with immunes too. You know, I have 3 different types of elemental damage here that I'm doing, and that's just on myself. My mercenary can do cold, but you know, I'm doing cold, fire, and a lot of lightning damage. So it's pretty cool, man, and this is a pretty nice build to kind of mess around and have fun with. But let's get into it, guys. And I mean, honestly, the Fist of Heavens it is not always necessary. So as you can see, that was just, they got wrecked pretty bad. I know Fist of Heavens is doing kind of a lot of damage for this difficulty, so I'll just go ahead and just use Zeal and show you guys what those spells are doing and how well they're working out. So kind of just plowing right through them. See, and I'm gonna pause for a second. It's just so cool to see so much going on, man. I mean, hydras and frozen orbs and volcanoes. I mean, dude, it's just freaking, it's totally awesome, man. And I usually don't like claim to have created a lot of builds, but I actually created this build. But I did get like inspired by another build. Another build did something like this where they kind of used Rift. They didn't mention using Destruction or adding all this crazy stuff, but you know, I kind of just took their idea and kind of spinned it a little bit, and that's why this has always been one of my favorite builds. I just think it's absolutely fun and super cool, and it's just really fun to watch too. Alright, so we'll go ahead and set the players to 8 and see how well this works out. Merc's getting owned over here. No, my Merc. Alright, let's get him back in action. Where are you going, buddy? Man, the AI for the mercenaries is just strange. Strange. Let's get these glasses back. Get my iDubbbz glasses back on. Everyone wants to call me iDubbbz all the time. iDubbbz. Alright. So, got the battle orders going. We'll switch back to destruction. Let's see what we could do. Now, it's going to take a minute to take them out, you know. If I really wanted to make this crazy, I could put a destruction pole arm on my mercenary and switch it out. But, you know, I'm not really into switching items out all the time. But this just also kind of, I paused for a second, this kind of gives an example of the, you know, survivability of this class isn't that bad. I mean, I'm just standing here taking hits, and I got bad resistances, so... But pretty nice, dude. I mean, this does good damage. And, you know, a lot of people will be like, oh, well, you know, Xtimus says this weird build does good damage, and it took, like, this long to take out the Frigid Highlands. But, you know, this is a weird build. And I think so many people are just stuck on being Hammer-ins and Blizzard Sorceresses and all this stuff that they just want to, like, plow through the whole game like it's nothing. You know, and I don't think that's, you know, the way the game's meant to be played. I mean, I like having fun and doing weird stuff. I mean, this is, like I said, this is just so much fun going on right here. Like volcanoes, hydras, novas, frozen orbs, lightning, just a bunch of stuff going on. Mercenary needs to get over here and help me with some frozen orbs. You know what? And I wasn't even using my Fist of Heaven's damage, so I could be doing way more damage than that if I wanted to. Look at that Ort and the tower right next to each other. But yeah, I mean, that's just the spell casting damage, guys, from the chance to cast when striking or on attack. I wasn't even doing my Fist of Heaven's damage, so I mean, you could just imagine I'm doing even more damage. I mean, Fist of Heaven's doesn't do the... I mean, it does a decent amount of damage, but since the cooldown, it's not all that great. Let's switch it up a bit and we'll go over to the Frozen Orb one. I haven't really tested out Voice of Reason too much. You can see it's not doing too much damage there. It's proccing a lot more often. But we'll switch over the Rift. That has a less chance to proc. But it does a higher Frozen Orb. See how well that Frozen Orb's gonna do. Yeah, it's like a little bit more damage, but all right. Well, that is about it, guys. I mean, I hope you guys enjoyed this, you know, revisit to one of my favorite Diablo 2 builds, and it's just awesome, man. I have so much fun on this build, and it does a lot of enhanced damage too. So, but it's just really one of those really odd builds, and I think it's cool. So thank you guys so much for watching. Make sure you guys subscribe if you want to keep up with Diablo 2 content. Hit that little bell button down there if you guys want to get notifications when I upload D2 videos. If you guys want to check out some of my single player characters and get access to over 50 downloads of my single player characters like this one, you guys can go over to my Patreon page. If you guys make a pledge, I give you guys a bunch of exclusive content, 50 characters, and my music album that's inspired by Diablo 2 music and things like that. So and that's about it, guys. And the ladder reset's been going great with the clan, and everyone's been getting along, and we've been creating an awesome community. I just want to thank all of you guys so much for being a part of my clan. And there's just been so much stuff going on. We got a Zod room the other day. That was insane, dude. So a lot of stuff going on, guys. And yeah, I love you guys so much, and I will see you guys soon.